Thank you to the Patreon supporters of March 2022. Adam S., Sarah P., aka Situational Daddy on Instagram, Leo, Sandy and Paul J., Nathan E., Jacqueline M., Matthew J., and Big Time Jim. Help support our show by going to patreon.com/whatremember and pledging a monthly amount to support the show. Thanks. Are we going to do the movie?
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah,
Brad.
let's do it. What movie though? Do you got one in mind?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Andy doesn't read any of the updates that come through.
Facebook Messenger.
I can't. You guys text so much, and then
He's too busy talking about his Sega Master System.
That's true. He's been all about those
about
PlayStation games.
I gotta talk about that. That was amazing.
My name is Bradley Jones.
I'm Andrew Moldenhauer.
And I'm Andy Hubert.
And this is not a movie review podcast, but a podcast where we try to remember a movie that we haven't seen in a very, very long time. And pouring out for Betty White, we're doing Lake Placid.
Were there 2 or 3 bad guys in Home Alone? And who was that forgetful fish in Finding Nemo? Join us as we're watching films. See what we remember and what memories we kill. Let's start the show. Here we go. This is what we remember. Oh, Lake Placid. Is this an alligator movie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or crocodile.
Is this movie like 70 minutes long?
Yeah, it's so short.
It goes.
It's so
Hell
short.
yeah.
It's
Way
like,
to choose.
and it's like 6 minutes of credits. I promise you. This is a 64-minute theatrical
Stopwatch when you watch when you go with this one.
Longer or shorter than The Big Green?
It might be the shortest movie ever released in theaters as a feature film.
That can't be right, because Land Before Time is like 61 minutes.
You're right. Maybe not animated.
that was for kids.
Maybe a
I guess.
non-animated
Okay, there you go.
theatrical release.
Live action, shortest live action theatrical release.
It might be. It's this and
Placid.
Darkness Falls.
This movie comes up so much on Sci-Fi that I thought Sci-Fi made it.
Yes. I thought that for the longest time until I went over to someone's house and they had it on DVD, and I was like, wait, it's a real movie? Like, I thought this was like the Arachnoids 4. Like,
Yeah,
you'd see
yeah,
late
yeah,
night
yeah.
on
Volcano
I thought it was
Volcano
like
spiders.
Yeah.
Sharknado, even though I know Sharknado wasn't
Yeah.
made by Sci-Fi or any
Yeah,
movie
man, it
channels.
was like, I assumed it was one of those for a long.
I think there was a Lake Placid 2, maybe
There
even
is.
a 3,
Oh, for
possibly
sure.
a 4. And those got to be the
Why not?
sci-fi films.
There's 4 Sharknados, so
I mean, I don't know how many Lake Placids
this
there
They
is
definitely made
this
a
is
couple
before
of these.
Sharknado, right? And
Oh,
this is
yeah.
like
It was the boom.
this is Sharknado
of the
before Sharknado.
monster animal film. We had
Anaconda.
That's
right.
Anaconda.
And then I guess you count Jumanji. I counted a little bit.
Yeah, you had what? Congo?
Sure.
Congo was a
You
big
could throw
one.
Congo in there.
There's probably another shark one that I'm not even thinking of that came out in the 90s that we all forgot about. There was Eight-Legged Freaks.
Was it Deep Blue? Was that?
Deep Blue Sea, that's the shark movie.
Oh yeah, Deep Blue Sea.
Yep. Man.
My hat
Killer
is
animals
like a
were
shark's
in.
fin.
Yeah. There were just like regular killer animals like bears and like The Edge and some other films where they weren't like...
Oh, The Edge.
They weren't
Yeah,
like
that's a movie
CG,
I've
but
always wanted to see.
It's a great film.
I caught the ending of it. It looked incredible.
It's got the Hopkins in it.
And it's got Alec Baldwin and a bear.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I've caught the ending. It's fun.
It's great.
It
Oh,
looks
okay.
good.
I'll have to watch that one.
Yeah.
It's good if you like Anthony Hopkins.
I
But
mean,
who
I do.
doesn't?
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
I will say I don't actually think I've sat down and watched this movie front to back. I've caught clips of this.
Well, you've probably seen it all.
And I may have
it's
seen
so
it. I've
short.
caught so many clips that I may have seen all of it.
The age-old question, who's in it?
Betty White.
That's true. That is
Betty
true.
White.
Betty White.
It's either this or The Proposal. There's only 2 Betty White movies that like even exist,
Oh, wow.
right?
The Proposal.
Are
there any other
with
films?
Ryan Reynolds and yeah, okay.
Oh, Jennifer Aniston.
Nope.
No.
Mila Kunis.
Nope.
No.
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
I can talk about that
Betty
one
White's
too.
not in other movies? Really? Nothing recognizable?
I don't know.
I'm sure
she probably cameos.
She
and
cameos
stuff.
all over the place. At least in the last decade, she's been cameoing nonstop. Like,
Yeah.
woman, it was a powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see...
My wife's been rewatching
My wife.
Golden Girls for the
Yeah.
last
Yeah. I've been thinking about doing it.
last 6 months maybe. She's just like, that's been one of her
6
like
months?
go-to background TV shows because she loved it when she was younger, and I was like, I'd never seen it.
I felt like
so
the
she finally
show-
started watching it. I was like,
Yeah.
this is hilarious.
You want to know who was a writer on that show?
Yeah, sure.
I can't remember his name.
I thought you were just going to say, I don't know.
Bono.
Michael, is it Hurwitz? He's the
from
creator of Arrested
Arrested Development.
Yep.
Yeah, he was a writer on that show.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I felt like that show just wasn't for me. Just like it was like for adults. Like I'm not supposed to watch this show.
Yeah,
it's for my parents.
Yep.
That and, like Cheers.
Although I think I did
for
watch Golden Girls a little bit more than I would have watched Cheers.
I watched Mama's Family more than that.
Oh, Mama's Family was my show. Mama.
You like that guy. You like
Mama.
Like that guy. Mama's Family.
I love that show.
You're so passionate about that show.
I'm gonna put Andy. Put it on the Plex.
Okay. It's going to be there.
Maybe just one season.
Just the first episode.
Oh my gosh.
Don't even do the first episode. Skip till his first episode of the second season.
Yeah, there you go.
I think that's how you watch a show.
But they had that, that similar sitcom, that 90s, like, looked like Alf. Like, it looked like, very generic.
Happily Never
Perfect Strangers had that look.
What am I thinking of? Happily Ever After?
You're thinking of Unhappily Ever After
Unhappily
with
Ever.
Nikki Cox and the Bobcat Goldthwait as the bunny?
Put that show in Plex too.
It was like the Married with Children version for like NBC or whatever.
It was.
Yeah.
It was, and it was great, and it was funny. And I love that show, and it probably does not hold up. It probably does not hold up.
Golden Girls does, and I bet this one is definitely going to hold me to that.
There's some moments in here. Can you get any other actors?
Oh yeah, we still talking about who's in this.
I got
a
Samuel
couple.
Jackson.
Nope.
Got John Voight.
Nope.
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, that's Anaconda.
I knew it.
Do you remember
we got an
Bill?
alligator.
There's
Got
a
one of our
Bill?
Bills.
There's
One
a
of our-
Bill in here?
Oh, I know. It's the Bill that I always remember of his names. His names is Bill Paxton.
Oh, you had a 50-50 and you blew it.
Why?
I mean, Twister is kind of an animal movie in a way.
There you go. Yeah. That's right. The cow.
It's on
was
the
in there,
cover.
right.
The cow is the monster. in
Yeah,
that
Pole
movie, right?
Man's in here.
Yep.
Bill Pullman.
Billy Pulls.
Okay.
And
What?
you know who the girl is? Bridget Fonda.
Yep.
I like a Bridget Fonda.
She
I haven't
didn't-
seen too many movies.
she
with
stopped
Bridget Fonda, but
acting.
She was
She just
a
kinda stopped
cutie. She was a
acting.
cutie back in the 90s.
She made like 10 movies that were like hits, and she's like, I'm done.
She's in
Taking my ball and going home.
Yep.
Jackie Brown.
She was in Jackie
She's in
Brown.
that one. That's one where I was like, who's this girl?
Single white
Oh.
female.
I haven't seen. Oh yeah, I know the cover.
Yeah,
She's
you know
got
this
that
movie.
bowl cut.
Let's see. There's two other ladies that I remember in this.
I remember, is Oliver Platt in this movie?
Oliver Platt is in this. I
Okay.
love that guy. I
Oliver
can't wait.
Platt's great.
Okay, all right.
He plays like this eccentric cryptozoologist dude, conspiracy guy. I love
You got to
it.
have
Can't
one
wait.
of those.
As a kid, I didn't know the difference between Harvey Firestein and Oliver Platt.
Yeah.
I thought they were the
but
same
now you-
person. But now I know.
now you do.
Now I get it.
Now you know.
One's in Mrs. Doubtfire. The other's in Lake Placid.
Oh, man.
Harvey Firestein.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Oh, there's an alligator out there in the lake. Oh my god! Is that good or bad impression? I couldn't tell.
Oh, man.
That's like 90% there. Without
Don't
even
tell my mother.
I used to always get...
without even trying, it's like 90% there.
That's, yeah, you're like, that's probably
I'll
one of your
rehearse
best
it.
ones yet.
I'll rehearse it.
But I think... I
Brad's got a solid Harvey Firestein impersonation,
Oh gosh!
but I don't think it's really useful.
No one even knows that is.
Hey guys,
anymore.
you remember Miss
Yeah.
Doubtfire? Remember that one scene with the mask?
It's like having a
Check
Bruce
this out.
Valanche impression. Like, who's gonna remember him? Like Bruce Valanche?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Oh, man.
Exactly.
I always get Platt mixed up with the guy from Space Jam and
Bill Murray.
Jurassic
No,
Park.
you're thinking of Wayne Knight.
Wayne Knight.
Knight.
I always mix him
Wow.
up with Wayne Knight.
Wayne Knight
They're
and
very different.
I know.
They're very
Okay.
different.
But for some reason, me, it was
Just
a
the
kid,
name?
I was constantly mixing the two of them up.
name or face.
Both.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't explain it. But Mariska Hargitay is in this.
Ooh.
Dunk Dunk.
Okay.
That's the Law and Order.
Yeah,
That was-
yeah.
I,
There you go.
I
Just
knew
so
what
you
you
know.
were trying to do, and it just like was very half-hearted.
Donk.
Well, yeah.
Very half-hearted. It was like the 8-bit
Mariska
NES
Hargitay,
version of the
donk,
Law and
donk.
Order video game theme song. Bronco.
That'd be the same bitch. Donk.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's a droid in the new Star Wars movie.
Yeah, the gonks. Meredith Salinger, Patton Oswalt's wife, his current wife.
Oh.
She's also in this.
Was Andy
I didn't know
on
she
the
was an
production
actress.
of this
Yeah.
movie?
You know about this movie?
I only know that she's in it because it has come up a lot on Twitter.
I know who the best boy is of this film. And
Oh, that was Roger Clark.
see?
Really good best
Probably
boy.
directed by
He's on,
somebody who made action films.
Bob
or
Clark?
Like
That's a good question. I don't know the
somebody who was
director.
the DP
This was-
in like a
yeah.
Die Hard.
This is
his
before I would
directorial
learn cast or like crew positions on movies. This is
Directed by
only
the
when I knew
guy.
actors.
I'm gonna guess is directed by the guy that did RoboCop 2.
He was the art supervisor in RoboCop 2, and
Yeah.
his big break.
Right? Yeah. Oh man.
So what happens in the movie Lake Placid? People start disappearing from a town, right?
Is there an alligator in a sewer?
It's
No.
either a croc. Is it a crocodile?
Andy, it's
It's a crocodile.
what's the title of this film?
Lake Placid?
And you think it's in a sewer?
Someone might have flushed it. That was the rumor back in the day.
Lake
in a
Placid,
lake.
New York? Isn't that a? Oh,
no,
I
it's
thought it was
in
just a city.
This is in Maine.
But there's the classic urban legend
Oh,
about people who were like
Lake
flushing
Placid?
alligators down the toilet, and they go in the
Wait.
sewer,
I thought
and they get really big.
Lake Placid is in Maine.
I think so. I'm pretty sure that's where this movie takes place.
I thought that was New York.
Do you think they had a surge of people come in, or a surge of people
Remember
go
that
out?
Miracle on Ice? Wasn't that at Lake Placid,
I
the
don't
Olympics,
remember.
1980?
You mean
We're
Michelle
talking-
Kwan?
we're talking
You're talking the Winter Olympics?
Winter Olympics 1980. Lake Placid. I thought the Miracle on Ice was at Lake Placid. I thought that was in New York. I don't know. It was in
When
Maine,
the
I guess.
Olympics, when athletes were getting eaten by a giant alligator.
Is it a fiction?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a fictional place?
Maybe that could be. It may not be the real Lake Placid.
That's true. It could also be the Lake Placid in New York.
Yeah.
It's like
That I'm making
the
up.
town in Jaws is like made up, but it's like based off another town, right?
Yeah.
It's possible. So there's a lake, and
Yes.
somehow there's a crocodile,
Crocodile.
or alligator. Alligators are American.
Crocodiles get bigger than alligators.
Do they?
Not to say.
Well, one is
yeah.
like more of like a North American. I think alligators are in
Yes.
North America, whereas crocodiles are more.
That sounds right.
Like
Let's go with gator because
like-
that's the safe
like
American.
crocodiles
choice.
in the Nile are like
Yeah.
gigantic.
Oh, the crocodiles are much bigger.
They
than
eat like
alligators.
hippos.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're like prehistoric dinosaurs.
mm-hmm.
They're massive.
That's why I think it's a crocodile. But
Wow.
I'm going crocodile.
Well, where'd it
your
come
team
from?
alligator?
Where did it go?
I'm Team Gator. Right
So
here.
it's got to come from somewhere, right? Does
I think
somebody
somebody flushed it
drop
down the
it?
toilet.
I don't know. I honestly wonder.
Wait, what?
If, look, they
Did
have
you say somebody flushed
a little baby
down the toilet,
crocodile, and then it went to the
that's
lake.
the urban legend. I
That's
don't
the
think
urban legend.
I don't think this movie has time for the origin story of this crocodile. It goes.
Are we thinking it opens with somebody dropping like toxic sludge into the lake?
I think
And
this
that,
movie
like
opens.
onto the crocodile.
Yes, it's Godzilla.
That would be pretty great.
They drop it right on an alligator, and it turns into a crocodile. It's like Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, is it toxic waste or did it just grow within its habitat?
I think it's just like one of those. It's been living here for 500
It's an urban
years.
legend, like you're saying.
Like ancient creature.
Because Betty White's whole thing is a big spoiler alert. She's been feeding it.
yeah, she's
What,
like
dogs?
she's
She's
like
been
the
wanting
crazy
to
old
eat
lake
cows.
cows.
She'll get a cow to the edge of the lake, and the crocodile come get it. And
She's like,
Where's she getting
Bye.
cows from?
she's a rich ranch lady.
She's got
It
a
was
ranch.
on the lake. Yeah,
Okay, a ranch right off the lake, and she's
Yeah.
feeding her own cows to this ranch.
I think she's raising animals to feed the crocodile.
So maybe she's been doing this for years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think the story is it ate her husband, and since then
Oh.
she's just been like feeding it cows, like to like keep it from eating other things.
Does she see her husband in the crocodile, like looking into its eyes, and be, I can see
Roger became the crocodile.
She thinks he's like in there, like it's like a zipper suit, alligator crocodile suit. He's inside there somewhere.
George was always a fan of raw beef.
Where's the beef?
Now we're all in the family life. I'm gonna eat a bunker.
That's a show I've never
Oh,
watched
man.
and don't want to.
Don't put it on the Plex.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure it starts with like a dude getting eaten like right away. Like he's probably like fishing or
Yeah.
scuba diving.
A couple
or doing
skinny dipping or something.
Oh my god, that'd be too much like Jaws.
It's exactly like Jaws. He's probably
I mean,
a fisherman doing some night
Yeah,
fishing.
and then he gets chomped. Mm-hmm. And so we get fish and game guy, Bill Pullman, park ranger.
Do we get like a psych
is
out?
like-
Like we see like a little crocodile alligator, and then it's like, get it away. Then like,
He's
the
like,
big
yeah,
one's behind
yeah,
him.
my way, kicks it.
Yeah.
And then there's the behind him, and he's like, ooh.
He eats the whole boat.
Zoink Scoob!
A rated R version of like a Scooby Doo tale would be really fun. Like super bloody and like
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah.
The ghost is murdering people.
Like actually killing people. Like they get to a crime scene, so
It's
like
Saw Scooby Doo.
Wait, what?
I tried to make Scooby Doo and Saw together.
Scooby Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Saw Scooby-Doo. It's like
man.
it's Bloody
Yeah.
is Evil Dead.
And then
remake.
Bridget Fonda is no nonsense lady, and they're at odds. They butt
No
heads.
nonsense, like
Yeah.
what? She worked for
I think one works.
City.
I think Bill Pullman might be even cop or like
Yeah, he-
FBI or something.
Yeah,
right?
I think
FBI freeze crocodile.
No, I think he's either like a park ranger or like a
Yeah.
fish and game warden.
they're
guy.
they're not on the same team as I guess the main point. I'm trying to
Yes,
get
I think
to.
that's right.
And they have different ideas of how to like tackle the situation.
I mean,
Yeah.
knowing that this movie has an animal in it, you're gonna have a scientist,
Yeah,
right?
They're gonna look at the bite marks of stuff.
Like,
they're gonna tell how
yeah.
big. There's no crocodile that big. It must be a shark. Shark can't live in lakes. They're seawater fish.
It's a Godzilla.
Well, what is it then? Someone pulling a prank?
Ness.
So yeah, you're right. You got to have the.
How
you
many
have to go
references to Loch Ness?
They have to go to the local college to talk to an expert. They have to have the crazy.
That's Oliver Platt, I think.
No, he's the
Think
he's
about
the crazy
Jaws.
conspiracy Bigfoot guy.
You gotta get a Richard Dreyfuss character.
That's Oliver Platt.
Yes.
Or maybe.
Okay.
Or maybe
and then
it's
you're
Bridget
saying
Fonda.
Wait,
that.
That could be Bridget Fonda. Oliver Platt's more like the sea captain.
I think yes. I think that's
Oh,
right.
so he's like the other guy with the mutton chop type.
because he does have a helicopter.
Yes. That's his main thing that he provides for the people.
Yeah.
Because this movie is almost over. We're already talking about
Yes,
it.
you're right.
I don't even think we set it up.
we met 3 people. Pretty much. That's like the halfway point.
Well, film's running out.
Yeah, I think the alligator crocodile eats like 3 more people or whatever.
I thought it was gonna be eating, snatching up dogs.
I
or
think
something.
they maybe even have like, they're trying to trap it or bait it out with something. Like their team gets
Yeah.
eaten.
Yeah.
Like they underestimate the power of
At one,
the
like,
animal.
At one point, I think Platt and Salinger, like she, I think is like another. I don't know if she's a deputy or if she's just like a fan of his. That's like all about
Fangirl.
like Bigfoot kind of cryptozoology stuff. But they like fly over it in their helicopter and like. Of course, something breaks and they crash into the lake, and like that's one of the big dramatic parts.
Isn't that the end of the film?
Well, yeah, but that's like halfway in is the end of the film. So.
It's true. Are they trying? They're trying to kill it or capture it?
That's the argument. There is one of them wants to save for science. I'm guessing Oliver Platt wants to
Bridget
study
Fonda,
it and capture
probably.
it.
And
And
Bill Pullman probably
Pullman's
wants to
probably like, oh yeah, Fonda's probably the one that's like, kill it, Dad. It ate my husband, or something like that.
Bridget Fonda says that.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
I think Bridget Fonda and Bill Pullman have a meet cute that's like super awkward in the film.
Well, yeah, it's Bill
I
Pullman.
feel like
of
that
course.
would be awkward anyway.
Yeah. And they just kind of move past
Not a
it.
match.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who Mariska Hargitay is in this. Maybe she's the scientist. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, who's there really in terms of roles? There's a scientist. We got like a some type of police
Scientist,
officer.
police guy.
Maybe somebody that
Crazy
the
dude.
mayor of the city or
Ooh.
councilman.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
You got to keep it on the hush hush.
You got to go Jaws
Right, I'm
style.
thinking about Jaws.
The
'cause there's,
tourists,
like, the guy
Andy.
that's like,
the tourists.
we can't shut down the beach. It's High July.
I'm running for mayor. I'm down 6 points. This news can't get out.
Well, all of our
Yeah,
money
a journalist
comes from the
newspaper
summer.
person.
Oh yeah.
Journalist newspaper person.
Tell me about this
probably.
crocodile.
Oh, we got to have a journalist. Yep, writing the story.
Yep.
About the woman's dead husband.
Yeah.
That was
Trying to
eaten by
expose
something.
everything. Yeah.
And then the movie ends just suddenly.
Do we get underwater scenes?
Yes.
Who goes in the underwater? Oliver Platt?
Oliver Platt.
Does he get scuba up?
He does. Yeah, he does the Dreyfus where he scubas up, and you think he gets eaten, and then he shows up at the end like, surprise!
Total
I
Dreyfus.
hid.
Very Dreyfus.
Like he literally, I think it's almost exactly like the Jaws
Yeah.
bit where you think he's about to get eaten, and then he just like does, like turns up later, like nope, I'm all right.
So what are we doing? We're taking like the scary mystery of the giant ocean of the Jaws movie, but turning it into a lake.
Yep, with an alligator.
And we're making a. It seems like it would be we're doing the reverse of what we need to be doing. We should go like bigger out into the world.
How do you go bigger though?
I don't know. It's like open water. I guess.
They were like
open.
Jaws takes place on an island, which is land
like, how
surrounded
can
by
you be, like,
water.
threatened
This one has
in
to
the middle of
be
the ocean?
water surrounded by land.
I guess the big scary thing is that the animal can get
Go
out,
onto
can
land,
get
yeah.
out you, get at you.
Yeah,
that's
'cause
true.
crocodiles are, they're not just in water.
Yeah, right. So they
Or
can
I
chase
think so,
them.
at least. I don't
it's
know
not
how
like it's
different
confined to the
alligators
lake. It can come up and eat stuff.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was just like in the beginning. Maybe it just snatches a dog or something.
Oh, I hope
Or-
not.
There is a dog, and I think
feel
they
like.
I think they play
sad.
that bit exactly, but they keep faking you out as the audience. I'm pretty sure there's a dog, and you keep expecting it to get eaten, and it doesn't.
It's like the Oliver Platt situation.
Probably.
This thing just doesn't eat a lot of people. Just Betty White's husband.
It probably eats the two ladies that you think of because
It could be.
They probably don't make it till the end.
Maybe there's not a sewer, but I thought there was like maybe like a culvert or something like that.
There's some
maybe.
conversations
Yeah.
about like alligators and sewers and
I'm sure the urban legend is
legend
comes
stuff.
up where like, oh yeah, it grows. They drew like I bet that's Oliver Platt. That's got to be him. He's like, didn't you hear about the 20-foot gator that lived in the New York subway system?
he's kind of dressed like a Jaws character. You know,
He is a little bit. He's looking like Richard Dreyfuss. He's looking like Richard Dreyfuss a little bit.
Dreyfussy in that hat you got.
But I'm gonna kill it for ya.
We tried dynamite is what we're doing, or are we doing harpoons and poison? How are we trying to kill the crocodile?
They have to try and shoot
Electric
it,
shock
obviously,
and
for
capture
sure.
it in a cage.
They've got to try and blow it up. I think. Well, I think the helicopter crashes on it.
Can't
at
they just
one point.
trank it? Just shoot it with a tranquilizer.
No. So okay, that is a thing. There's a part where I think Bill Pullman he like grabs a gun to shoot the crocodile and shoots it, and then finds out that the gun is a tranquilizer gun, and he's like, "No, I need a real gun." Like, I think that's a bit.
Did they actually knock it out or no?
There might be a moment where there's like a false sense of security.
Shoot into an alligator that way. I mean, I feel like maybe.
I would
but-
buy there's a scene where they like have it like caged or restrained with ropes or something.
At the
and then
end,
it breaks
Godzilla.
out and goes
well,
insane.
at the end, they do capture it
Or not Godzilla, I mean
and
King
take
Kong.
it away. But I think there is a. I want to say, spoiler alert. I think
This is
there's
the movie.
I think there's a twist near the end where you find out there's two.
No,
Yeah,
you're wrong.
Because they kill
male
one
and
and
female.
capture the other.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure.
Unless there's
babies.
another twist. The babies.
There's babies. That's why there's four.
There's babies at the
fourples.
end of the film.
You're
that-
thinking Godzilla.
No. Betty White's like chumming the
Yes, that's
the lake
I think
and
that's
there's little
definitely
baby.
because
And then
that's
Betty
where
White's like,
in there.
chum,
Because that's where you find
someone-
out, like, oh, they were a mating pair. Because there's two of them. Because and I think when they kill the one, you're like, "Phew, it's over. And then there's the second one. And
Where are they coming from?
And they managed to. So that way, like both Platt and Pullman
their
get
way.
their way. Because one of them kills one, and they're like, that's all I needed. Now I feel good. And the other captures one. And he's like, now I can study it.
I hope when Betty White's chumming some of that, she's like, "Why don't you come back here and chum some of this shit?"
That'd be amazing.
Oh
But
man.
man, this movie's good. This movie flies.
It's already over. It's
Oh,
As
absolutely.
soon as you start the movie, it's like, oh, it's
How do
done.
they kill it though? They shoot it or they blow it up?
I think they blow it up.
I think they blow it up.
I think they blow it
They
up.
just explode the entire lake.
Pretty
See,
much.
it swallows an air tank.
I think does it like take the helicopter down? Does it like jump up and get the
That
helicopter?
would be amazing. Oh, that would be
No,
amazing.
I think they're flying. I think they have like a cow hooked up to it, and they're like dangling it
Like
over the
Jurassic
water,
Park.
and it grabs the thing and then pulls the helicopter, and you're like, you guys really should have seen that coming.
It was like on a big fish hook, like the cow was on.
Yeah,
like a big-
I think that is a bit. So that's how the helicopter crashes. Is the gator pulls it in?
Wow. Well, that was kind of dumb.
Yes,
What were they? What was their goal?
science, Andy.
It's for science.
Maybe the cow was full of tranquilizer too, and eats the cow and gets knocked out. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what this plan would have been.
They definitely
knew-
have a
I-
tranquilizer gun.
Other than to lure it to a place, maybe they lure it to a place and then they get it somehow. But they didn't realize that the thing is just going to jump up and just take the whole kit and caboodle down with it.
And I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm trying to think if the end stinger is they reveal eggs.
No, it's the chumming of the little
it's
babies.
okay. Or if it was that the one that they capture and they're like the truck turns up like on the side of the road, the straps are broken. They're like, it got away. It's out there.
Could be. You know, there's I don't know if it's like boa constrictors. It might be Burmese pythons, I think, like in the Florida Everglades now. Because people would
Get
like
them as pets and
get them as
them.
pets, and then they got so big that they're like, I can't
let 'em
have this,
go.
and they just let them go in the Everglades.
Fun.
And so now there's tons
That's cool.
of-
People are great.
yeah. So that's a movie possibility. I don't know if it might be Burmese pythons, something like really.
You could call the
not
movie like
good.
Anaconda or something like that.
There you go. Yeah.
I think there was a movie called Python. It was like a straight to DVD kind of thing. Way more of these
like-
movies were straight to DVD.
Yes.
Piranha.
Oh, absolutely.
The Asylum
Remember
Company.
Piranha?
Piranha 3D?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was that straight to DVD or
No,
That was in theaters.
But there's like
If it
original.
was 3D,
Piranha?
it was going to
The
theaters.
original Piranha was the first ever James Cameron film in the late 70s. I believe.
Wow.
Oh,
Early 80s, possibly late
I
70s.
might need to watch that. Might need to check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Man, screw piranhas.
That was scared of them as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look scary.
Yeah, I don't want to. You know, I've heard you get like a cut and then like gets inside and like burrows in and like gets deeper and then they all just get in there.
What?
Yeah, so you got to be careful.
Hey, Brad, we didn't need that today.
That sounds like a literal nightmare.
Yeah, I remember my sister telling me, I didn't even see this video, but they showed videos of a piranha, and they dumped like a carcass of a cow into a piranha like pond.
You're thinking
and they
of
just destroyed the thing.
You're thinking of Lake
Yeah.
Placid.
They're so like active when they're eating.
Yeah,
It's like
they're so
like,
quick.
"Wah,
They're
wah,
just like,
wah."
nom, nom, nom.
They're ferocious.
Ferocious.
frenzy.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
It's serious. Yeah.
So, anything else to Lake Placid before we get
think
out of
so.
here?
I think we watch
know.
it. Doesn't this movie have a great cover?
Yeah,
It's got like a giant like open mouth.
Yeah.
And then Lake Placid.
probably
Yeah.
Bridget Fonda's like running from it in the cover, or I don't know.
I think it's like
Oh, I
it's
thought it
coming
was-
out the water to eat the title.
Yeah, I thought it was coming out the
Yeah.
water to eat the
Oh,
title.
it could be.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's no person in it.
I think it's a good
Yeah, I don't
cover.
think there's people on it. I think it's just. I think it was one of those holographic covers too. Like it had the shiny, like a foil card.
I definitely wanted to rent this movie when I was a kid. Because I had that guilty pleasure of like,
did.
I'm sure this movie's bad, but I want to see it.
Yeah.
I want
I
to
don't
see
think I
this
really
stupid
remember this
thing.
movie actually coming out. I just kind of remember it being
Existing.
out.
Right.
It's always just existed.
In a way, like on sci-fi. Or, you know, what used to be sci-fi.
Yeah, this was definitely one of those like having a sleepover. You know, think you all go to the video store and pick out
Yeah.
like the 2 movies for the night or whatever, and you'd be like, oh, gotta have a scary one.
Yes.
All right, we got 2 hours. Let's put a movie in. There's an hour left. What are we going to do for the next hour?
Should we have gotten 3 movies?
Do we watch it twice?
Like, you come back. I just finished making the popcorn. And the credits are already going. I'm sorry.
Like, I got a perfect date tonight with this beautiful girl. We just rented Lake Placid. I'm going to make my move about 70 minutes in. And
I gotta set my watch.
it's over. Maybe it's perfect.
There you go.
All right, well, we'll see what we got right and what we got wrong in part 2 of Lake Placid.
Let's do it.
I'm sure we got everything right because the movie's just so dang short.
We'll see.
Freeze frame?
Yeah, we do freeze frame now.
Gotta all jump up.
What is she doing?
What?
Look 10 feet into the water. Come and get it!
Disgusting.
Welcome back to the podcast Sarcastic. We watched Lake Placid Sarcastic.
That's a good one.
What is
Okay,
that? Why
all
is
right.
Brendan Gleeson in the
But
movie?
yeah, we did not. How did we miss Brendan Gleeson?
Gleeson.
Also, why is he in the him? This movie did not need both him.
No!
And Bill Pope,
No, they're playing the same character.
Yeah, they played the exact same character. The only difference is that one of them's the sheriff and one of them is like fish and game.
Make them the same.
Why are they both here? I didn't need them.
Yep. Yep.
Ugh.
Yep,
I
that was
also
my
get-
first question.
Brendan Gleeson and Robbie Coltrane mixed up all the time. Robbie
okay.
Coltrane from Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Ah, they're both from Harry
They're,
Potter.
yeah, so they're both.
Well, they're both from Harry Potter, but like they're also British actors who kind of look similar. Just one's redhead, and one's brunette. Mm-hmm. Okay, I also have to say this.
Oh boy,
Lake Placid
Not Lake Placid.
is in New York.
They
It is.
address
It is.
this
It
directly.
is.
Hold up.
Hold on.
How do you write a movie called Lake Placid when it's set in Black Lake or something?
It's called Black Lake.
When this line happened, I was just like, turn it off.
I was
What?
not wrong, and you were not wrong.
No,
the
we were
movie was
both right.
wrong.
The movie was wrong.
How do you call the movie Lake Placid?
She did, like-
it's set in Maine. It's set in a place called
Yep.
Black Lake. Yeah, you name it
You named
Lake.
it Lake
Fonda's
Placid.
like, why is it Black Lake? He's like, well, they wanted to call it Lake Placid, but apparently that name was already taken.
Well, there was a lady.
What a throwaway. Did they write this whole thing at the last minute, change the setting to Maine, and we're like, oh, God, fix it.
They thought Lake Placid wasn't a real lake, and by the time they went to shoot, they're like, uh-oh,
late.
Lake Placid's
They'd
a real
already shot
lake,
half the
guys.
film, and we're like, we can't overdub.
Okay, hold on though. I looked up the Wikipedia for this. I gotta look up the movie real quick.
Okay.
There's a lady in town that just randomly just spits information at us, and she says that
Yes.
it's Black Lake.
Yep.
And then Brandon Gleeson makes like really creepy, leery eyes.
He's
at her.
like, oh, but don't worry, little lady, I'm the sheriff.
Excuse me. Is it true you're going to look for some kind of monster in Black Lake?
Well, we're just going to investigate an accident. There's no monster.
We heard a man was bit in half.
Oh, well, there was an accident, that's all. It's nothing to worry about.
Oh, please.
Bridget Fonda, like the whole movie is just like so weirded out by the men around her.
Yes, but at the same time, every single person in this movie is 16 years old.
Yeah.
Every single one of them is 16.
Yeah, in the head for sure.
Yes.
The way it's written, yeah.
She is constantly complaining the whole time about every single thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
mosquitoes and ticks and
I'm not a
she's got a
female
bug phobia
person.
that never comes out.
Who sprays bug spray into the air and not on themselves?
I'm from
She
New York.
was just
I've
like, I don't want
seen
to
a
hold.
bug before.
That's, yeah, I did like.
What?
Yeah, I like how they play her as the stereotypical like big city person, but like literally have a line where like Bill tells her like you don't have to say you're from New York.
She's trying to be Willie from the Indiana Jones 2.
Yes, yep,
but
that's
she's
exactly
failing.
right. But she's failing
because
poorly.
she's not like what made Willie work was that she was like a showgirl.
Yes.
she was like from. Why wasn't Bridget Fonda just like an actress trying to like learn a role or something like that?
And they make really weird statements like where, you know, again, she's a paleontologist, so we were also trying to figure out if she's
a
the scientist that they go see.
paleontologist?
She's the scientist the whole time.
So she's
she's the scientist.
Discovers fossils?
she wants to go look at a tooth,
And so like, well,
which we don't see the tooth.
and
We
the
never see a
opening-
tooth.
So the opening of this movie, again, we were trying to remember, like, I couldn't remember what role Mariska Hargitay
movie's
played,
all
and the
messed
answer
up.
is she's in this
Yeah,
for
she's in
10
it for a second.
seconds.
She's in it for 10 seconds,
and she's
looking
just
good.
in it to like be
Yeah.
the person that
She
takes
looks
the
good.
love interest.
She's bing bonging the love interest of
Who-
Bridget Fonda,
who is her
trying
boss.
to get her to go to Maine just to get her out
Yes.
of her hair.
She works with both
Yeah.
of them. He's her boss. And yeah, like he's the one that's like, they found the tooth. You got to get out there. And she's like, but I'm not a field paleontologist.
Maybe he thinks that she's like the crocodile's gonna go eat her, and like solve a problem.
I mean, she.
Like, what is
I
this?
feel like Fonda
No.
correctly surmises
she's
she's
in the
that
movie.
that Mariska Hargitay's character put the idea in his head to get rid of her because they just revealed to her that the two of them are bing bonging.
There was an accident in Maine. Some guy got killed by something in a lake, probably a bear, but they found a tooth.
A tooth.
A fragment of a tooth. One they say couldn't have come from any bear. Evidently it looks prehistoric, like maybe a dinosaur.
Oh, well, then I'm sure that's what it was. He was killed by a dinosaur. Is there anything else?
I want you to go there.
What?
It's probably nothing, but you're a paleontologist. This is what we do.
What do you mean this is what we do?
I'd like you to check out this tooth.
I'm not a field person.
Well, on this one, I would like you to be.
You want me to go to Maine to look at a tooth? Oh, this was Myra's idea, wasn't it? Oh, of course. Get me out of the office for a few days, wait till I cool off.
It has nothing to do with that.
I don't do field work, and even if I did, Maine? I'm allergic to timber.
Kelly?
I'm not going to Maine.
They're not even like married or anything. I don't think
They're
it's
just
like a
cheating.
big deal. Just be like adults about the situation. Everybody knows
yeah.
who's cheating on who.
Yeah.
Break up and move on, lady.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it sounds like, they're like, oh, we'll send her away for a few days. She'll be like calmed down by the time she's back, and we can all continue working together in awkwardness.
All right, hold on.
Ugh.
Let me read this from Wikipedia.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Lake Placid, The plot revolves around a giant 30-foot long monstrous saltwater crocodile which terrorizes the fictional location of Black Lake, Maine. And then in parentheses it says, though there is a real Black Lake located in Fort Kent, Maine.
So it's a fictional lake that also exists?
It's just layers on layers in this
They made
movie.
a fictional lake that actually exists in the place.
And then named it after a real place that existed somewhere else. Oh my gosh. This movie is so confusing. I don't
know why.
How many
it's
writers were
Lake
on this
Placid?
movie?
All
Because
of
they
them?
all failed at their jobs.
There's so many bad lines.
So
the
many.
worst line
There's so
is when
many.
Oliver Platt lands his helicopter in the middle of the water, and he's gonna jump in, and the cop lady is
no.
like, "Don't go! Don't go! I'll have sex with you."
Come on, Hector. I know you're crazy, but you can't do this.
I need to see his habitat up close, Deputy Gare.
Then watch Nova, okay? But don't go in the water. Please. I'll have sex with you. Let's just get out of here.
Darling, he's not gonna hurt me.
that's Meredith Salinger. That's Patton Oswalt's wife. She
is like really into Oliver Platt.
Right away. Now, to be fair,
To be fair.
Well, to be fair, I like my third note in here. I think is a couple notes.
I've got
but
lots of notes here.
Oliver Platt has been on screen for 5 minutes and has already stolen the whole movie. Like he shows up, and I was like, finally a character I want to watch. Everyone else I had hated so far.
Bill Pullman doesn't seem like he wants to be in the film.
Again,
He's just like standing very
He
straight
knows
up and
that
just,
he
like,
doesn't need to
delivering
be
his
there for
lines,
this
dude.
movie and doesn't want to
so
be there.
lazily delivering lines.
Yep.
And
There's
then-
like an attempt to make Bridget Fonda and Bill Pullman a romantic.
It fails every
thing.
single time.
It fails
Yes.
every step of the way, and at the end you're like,
and then
it's
it
still
culminates in her saying to him like, "Oh, what? There's no such thing as like making a move in Maine," as if like
And
he
then
should
he-
have easily been picking up on signals from her
Ugh.
the whole time that she's just
She's a
been
cold
yelling
fish
at
this whole
everyone
He
about
moves over like a
everything.
blanket in his truck, and she's like, "That's your move," and he's like, "Oh, just get it."
Also, Bill Pullman is an asshole.
Oh yes,
He
everyone
wants
is.
to kill the crocodile at the end of the film.
Yes.
He needs to be the guy that wants to save
He
the
finally
thing.
gave her like the whole like,
What?
all right, fine, we'll trank it. Yeah, at the end, like when it's finally tranked and trapped, and he's like, kill it.
That's Brendan Gleeson's thing.
Yes. What is happening?
What is going on? Is everyone just bad?
None of this movie
There's
makes
no
sense.
continuity.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody could be like, well, maybe this character should say this instead, or even the actors could have been like, hey,
Yeah.
maybe I shouldn't be saying this line. It should be someone else, or the director could have done that. No, they're just too many voices,
So well, and then like
too many cooks.
And everyone kind of sounding the same, so it sounds
Yeah.
like there's just one voice, really.
Platt and
And it really
Gleason are
feels
having
like-
a fight the whole time, but they're like frenemies at the end. They tried to like develop
Platt
that. Like
and Gleason?
they punch each other. Yeah, like they have a fight. Sort
He gets
of
caught in traps.
You're supposed to
and
say
stuff. I don't
go.
know.
Like it's a funny bit, but
Kinda.
what? I don't know. I can't explain any of this movie. I'm trying to. What else did I even have written?
I have the words "not Ben Stein" written. That was the guy that Bridget Fonda.
I did
was
like that the
dating.
movie opened with
He's not Ben Stein.
with like a triple fake out with the scuba diver. Like there's it's like a Jaws moment where he's like kind of digging around, then it's like "Broom," and it's just like a little fish, and then
It's
it's
a
like
beaver.
Oh yeah,
It's a weird beaver.
and then he's like, oh, and then it's like, "Broom," and it's like another fish, and then he just leaves, and he's like fine for a while, and then gets attacked. And
Yeah,
I
he
was
looks
like,
behind him and there's a
triple fake,
giant crocodile.
Bold opening, did not follow up.
No,
crocodile would
and
like-
it was trying to do a Jaws opening.
Yeah.
a crocodile
it
wouldn't
was.
push somebody forward like that.
Oh
They would
my
grab them
gosh.
and spin. It's
They
called
would
a
spin.
gator roll.
Yeah,
They even show it in
Yeah.
the movie when she's watching it on her MacBook or
it'd be a croc
PowerBook.
roll, Brad, not a gator roll.
It's true, and we did debate about that. Is it now?
Yeah.
Maybe
crocodile?
crocodiles don't roll. Maybe I'm
Crocodile.
wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
They might all roll. I don't know.
They all
Oh
roll
my
down.
gosh! I do like that they do the question of like, why here? Oliver Platt keeps asking, why is it here?
Never gets answered.
and the movie refuses to answer
No,
the question.
will not answer the
Well,
question.
I think our explanation was valid from part one. Is that Betty White is just raising these crocs from on giant cows from birth and bred.
And I guess it ended with a
We were
shot of
right.
the eggs, but it ends with her feeding baby crocs.
Yeah.
So there's, that's
Betty
what-
White
which
was
we knew
probably
how to
the
go.
best part of the whole
wasn't
She
in
was
it enough.
very funny.
She wasn't
Yes.
in
Wasn't
it
it enough? No, but she had
And
some
she's very
great
good.
lines. Her character was awesome.
Yeah, let's just
she
talk
called,
about Betty White
She
for
called
a
one of
second.
the police
Yes.
officers a and I was like, what? Betty White?
So good. She opens the film by just confessing to the
To a
murder of her
murder.
husband.
She did, and they didn't do anything about it. I was like, are they gonna?
Because then later
Is there
they're like,
something they could do?
They're like, tell us the truth. Did he get eaten by the croc? She's like, well, yeah, but like I couldn't tell you that.
You might kill it then.
I also love that, like, within the span of 5 minutes, she says like the same line twice about the other croc. Because like she's like, yeah, but if I told you killed my husband, you would have killed that one. And then later, when they're like, there's two of them, they're like, why didn't she tell us? And she's like, because she thought we'd blow it up. I was like, every time she doesn't
She
tell them
hates the
something, it's because
police.
she knows they're gonna blow it up. And I was like, I mean, yeah.
I kind of like that, the old woman who hates the police. Like, usually you think about, like, older people are like, oh, like, we really respect the police and the force. And she was just like, you're a fuck. That's what she said.
Screw off. Yeah, that was amazing. She's so funny.
She's doing some good prop work as she's like feeding her chickens, as like doing conversation. That's pretty fun.
Yep.
Little walk and talk scene there. And then she's serving lemonade to another like police officer at the end.
Oh, at the end when she puts it like dinner time, she's like throwing bread out to the baby crocs, and she's like nibble on mom's toes. I was like, she's so good in this movie.
Like, go nibble on my toes.
Oh my gosh, man!
It made me want to see her in more stuff.
Yeah, maybe that'll
Watch The Proposal.
That's
the only movie she like really has screen time in.
Movie's better than you would think. It's not bad.
is.
It's funny.
It does grab the helicopter.
Okay.
Yes.
It grabs the helicopter
twice.
Yeah.
Twice. There's 2 times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cow time.
There's cow time, which is
Then
near the
there's
end, which I
second cow
did think, I
time?
guess. And then the first time is like when Platt takes off with the hot cop.
Yeah, after she's like, I'll have sex with you, and then he does survive. He gets on the plane. They try to lift up, and then it bites the side.
Bites the float.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Bridget Fonda is always falling overboard.
Yep.
For some reason.
Yes.
She falls
If she's
over
on a boat.
twice.
That was another one of my favorite shots. Like right in the first one when they're like speeding away, and yeah, like they hit something, she falls out back. In the pickup truck, that was hilarious. Like there are like 10 cops in the back of a pickup truck.
Oh, yeah.
The crocodile like climbs up on the beach, is attacking at them and stuff. They're all shooting it like crazy.
I thought they were about to have a Jurassic Park
And they finally start driving away and hit one bump, and she just flies off the side.
She's always falling
She
off.
just flies right out, and then somehow ends up behind the croc in the water.
They're like, ladies and gentlemen, our set is only this big. So when
the geography of that
he's gonna
scene made
fall.
very little sense.
The geography of the whole lake doesn't make sense to
Yes,
me.
that's true.
I don't understand where anything is. I don't understand how big the lake is. I'm not sure where they're camped. I don't know why they're camped where they are.
Yeah.
I guess the feeding spot of the crocodile is some cove, but it feels like it
obviously is
It
home.
feels like it would be near Betty White, where the crocodile's getting big.
I thought it actually was.
But the crocodile is eating a moose. It eats a CG bear.
Yeah.
He's a CG bear at one point. The bear shows up, and I was like, "What, a bear?"
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't
no
really
dog.
see-
We thought maybe there was a dog in this movie that gets eaten or like as a tease, but nope, no dog. Doesn't
We
happen.
lose a bear and a moose.
Yep.
I didn't really see the alligator eating the bear.
Crocodile.
Sorry, I didn't
And we
see
get
the crocodile eating
how
the
many
bear
bodies?
coming
Like
out.
2 bodies,
We got a half a body.
because you got the scuba guy from the beginning, with the deputy gets his head eaten.
Oh, yeah, but clean off.
Oh my god!
And I think
there
that's
was
it.
an
And
audible,
And nobody gets to see it, too.
There was an audible. Yes, it was. I was like, wait, why
Are you
would
sure
they?
you weren't eating like chips at the time?
No, I wasn't eating
You weren't
anything.
eating-
I had to write it down. I was like, there was an audible chomp
Yep.
sound effect that they threw in
Hey,
there.
you're going to want to hear it. You're going to want to hear it.
Yeah.
Maybe get something else.
There's so many pieces of this movie that are so unnecessary and just muddy all the waters. Like,
Pun intended.
the fact that Bill Pullman and Brendan Gleeson are from separate law enforcement agencies, and then
there's another law enforcement
yes,
agency
I would say
coming.
like that. Brendan Gleeson brings all his deputies in, and then at some point the state troopers are there because that's when when the deputy gets his head eaten, the state troopers like joking about it to the sheriff whose deputy just got killed. I was like, wait, come on.
And then Oliver Platt tried to have that heart to heart.
Yes,
He's like,
which didn't.
anytime that this happens,
Was he a good? Was he a good man?
I try to like
remember
what I didn't know about them or some shit.
And then there's the nebulous U.S. wildlife that is constantly on the way to come kill everything. Like that's what they're like.
They're gonna nuke the lake or something. I don't
which
know.
we're only introduced to initially when the paleontologist, when she calls them and is like yelling at them on the phone how they're like useless f***s or something. She's just like, oh, they don't believe me. And then the deputy gets his head eaten, and they are immediately on the way to kill it.
Oh right, she's like, I'm a paleontologist.
So like that's their ticking clock. Is that like Platt's like pushing to get it because if they wait until the U.S. wildlife gets there, then they're just going to blow it up.
And he's an eccentric millionaire that likes to swim with crocodiles.
Yes.
That's all he likes.
He's
to
like
do.
an adrenaline junkie
Elon
billionaire
Musk.
dude.
He eventually does like swim with it, and then he likes to look it in the eye.
I do
That's
really
his
like
thing.
the scene when he's
loves
in the
looking
water
in the eye.
He's in
and he's
that
staring at it, and he's just
situation
like, I'm feeling pretty foolish right now. Like, I love his reaction from that scene where he's like, this was a dumb idea.
Bridget Fonda says that crocodiles were more worshipped than Jesus. That's
Yeah,
the thing she
well,
says.
that's a
Well,
line.
she was saying because
In time?
over the course of time, she
Over
was
the course of
saying,
time?
I don't know if it's true, but what she was saying is that a lot of people have, a lot of cultures have seen them as like deities, I think is what she said.
Yeah, sure. Crocodile gods all over the place.
Yeah, so they've seen them
man.
as like gods themselves.
So you got to look it in the eye, I guess.
The scale was a little strange. So there's pieces of this.
The scale was off.
At the end, the scale was
off,
getting
though.
off.
Could a 30-foot crocodile get caught in a helicopter?
Well, that's the part that bugged me. The one shot
Like, it
that
would
I
be too
didn't really
small.
like. Even the CG shots aren't terrible. The animatronic
Not
croc
too
stuff-
bad.
No.
Great.
I think
wanna
the
see
CGI
more.
looked good.
I feel like they spent all their money.
I think
on
the
CG.
CGI looked
I think
pretty
they shot it
quality
really
at
smart
times.
too, because they knew it may not look great, especially compared to the fact that they had like physical croc bits that they could show. So
Yeah.
like when it happens really quick and then they cut away to something. So they really use the shots the right way for the technology.
The puppet crocodile looks good when it's in
It
the
looks
water.
good.
Yes.
When
When
the
it's just hovering.
When the puppet is ramming Bridget Fonda, it looks real bad. You can see its neck like fold in when it hits what it needs to, and it just like. And then Bridget Fonda is also like a mannequin. They essentially did a shot where like they strapped a mannequin to a log and like rammed it from the back.
Yes.
In that scene, but it was like so.
They
quick and so
were
bad.
they were probably drawing money from other
I thought the
scenes.
CG bear looked good.
CG Bear looked pretty
Bear
good.
looked pretty good.
There was this one shot that I thought was hilarious where Oliver Platt's in the helicopter and he's flying above, and I think he's dangling the cow. And
So, was that a puppet cow? Sometimes it was a real cow.
I couldn't tell.
Was it always real cow?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think it was always real, but there was one point where he's like, "Oh, wait, I'm getting something on the radar." And you see the radar spinning. There was nothing.
You can't see anything.
There
on
was
the radar.
nothing, and then they didn't even show it. They didn't even do a close-up showing that there was something
Which is
on the
weird
radar.
because there are so many insert shots of things like implying that there's a ton of important stuff. Like they have one shot where like they're the second day when they're going out on the boat and they're like he's like loading an explosive tip to like a stick so they could like hit the croc in the head or something, and it's like showing him assembling this thing. Never comes up, doesn't matter. That like there's a ton of those bits where like it felt almost Michael Bayish where they're like showing like, oh, there's all these things are important. Remember that this happened. Remember they set this up. Remember that this is a thing.
Yeah.
And then 90% of them didn't matter.
Yep.
And I was very confused. But the shot that bugged me the most was the one where when the croc gets stuck in the helicopter and falls asleep and it's like on the beach.
Right.
And there's like a long shot away where you see like the cops on one side and the croc and the helicopter on the other. And the people on the beach are clearly way larger than that helicopter. I was like,
Yeah, there was
the
some
scale
scale
was
issues.
real off in that one shot. And that one is the one where I was like, ooh.
Like looking at it at the very end, they show you the scale on the truck.
Yeah.
In the credits on the flatbed.
Right.
Right. Which
But
is nice too.
in
I bet that-
comparison,
Yeah, I don't know if
with
that's on a
some
closed road or they
shots-
just freak people out. I don't know. It'd be fun just to drive
Yeah.
in and just scare people on the road.
Oh, that would have been great.
I was confused by
been freaked
the
out.
various boats they use. Like when they first go, like at
comes
the
the
beginning,
boat guy.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about the boats. So the beginning of the movie, Gleason's out with a scuba diver deputy, I guess, and they're just on like the sheriff's boat. Then he gets eaten, and they go back with the paleontologist, and they take canoes. Wow. Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, they
let's
take
go out in two
canoes.
canoes so that they can flip one and have it dramatic.
You know, boats like have
Then they go
motors.
out, yeah. Then the third time they go out and they have the sheriff's boat again, and they're just like cruising around with the little speaker.
They
And I
don't
was
know which
like,
one's the better one.
What is happening?
The sheriff's boat was being used
They
at the
just used
time.
the canoe to like knock her off.
Yes.
Just for that one scene.
For the one scene, they
think so.
needed it to be dramatic, and they were like, "Crap, we used the bigger boat already in the first scene. We just had to switch to the smaller boat so we can have him be in the water."
Yeah, and that's kind of like, well, not that, but
Also, like, shouldn't Bill Pullman be like a boat guy?
You'd think, right? He's the fish and game
Shouldn't he
person.
be a boat man? They always have like a secondary, like Random
Could be a
person
boat
be a
guy.
boat guy.
Yeah, I did like. There was a good line from Oliver Platt where he's just like, "I'm a private citizen. I'm not a trout. You don't have any jurisdiction over me." And I was like,
Yeah, it
"Ooh,
was
got
a
him."
funny line. It was a good line.
That was
Wildlife burn.
that was a funny burn on the animal cop.
And
get
then
outta
there's,
here.
but then we find out near the end, once the crocodile's in the helicopter falling asleep because it was tranquilized a couple times, there's a second crocodile that appears out of nowhere.
Yep.
Which was not as big as the original.
No, it looked like a regular
It
crocodile.
looked like a regular one.
Yeah.
They killed a regular normal crocodile.
Yep.
And it exploded. Why did it explode?
Oh, because Gleason shot it with his big old grenade launcher gun.
Oh, it was a grenade launcher gun?
Well,
It was something.
It was something.
I thought it was just a
enormous.
rifle.
It's like a big bullet
No, it's
inside
like a
that thing.
huge looking gun. Like it's definitely bigger than all the other rifles they have.
He had a
there.
great line, though.
It's like an elephant gun or
It's
something.
at the very end. He like shoots it with that thing and it just explodes.
he had a great line at the end where, like, so he was like, Oliver Platt, I think, was like, "There's a second one!" And then he's like, "Boof!" And he's like, "Well, now there's only one."
Now we're back to one.
Now we're back to one, yeah. Now we're back to one. It was such a great line.
Oh my gosh.
This was
What a mess of a
fun
movie.
in parts, but, like, wow.
This movie is a
what
ride.
a mess.
This movie is a ride.
It is such a mess of a movie.
Absolutely.
Badly written.
It is so
fast.
poorly written.
I don't know where any of the geography is.
Nope.
I don't know what any people.
All the scenes kind of seem the same too. It's like so many scenes of like, let's go back
Yeah.
to the water
Yep.
of the same scene. Okay,
right.
we're going back to the water.
Bridget Fonda and Bill Pullman talk for each other.
Yes.
4
No,
different
the
times.
And
same-
now they love each other.
It's like Groundhog's Day. They repeat the same day 3 times.
yeah,
Like
it felt
they're like
very
Platt's there.
repetitive.
They go out on the water. They get attacked. They go home. They talk intense. Next day, they go out on the water. They get attacked. They go back. They
No
talk
wonder
intense.
this movie's
And that's-
77 minutes.
movie's
They're
got
probably
great
like,
lighting.
how did Jaws do it?
Great lighting, great effects. This movie looks
Good
like
effects.
they spent a bunch of money on it, but it feels like a $10 movie.
Yeah,
It's so weird.
smoke and mirrors.
Strange film.
Yeah, and it's short too.
And not scary.
Not scary.
It's not scary.
I mean, there are parts where it was a
No.
little bit tense at the end with like
I never
the crocodile,
thought a crocodile
on
was
the
going
truck.
to eat somebody important.
Well, he didn't.
Bill Pullman never was in danger.
He just chose not to eat anybody.
And it's like, and Fonda was falling into stuff every day.
Fonda
So you
might
knew
have,
she
yeah.
was going to be fine because she's like always falling. And they like, if
Yeah.
you're always the clumsy one, you're going to get out of it.
she was the main character, so she was protected.
I need to see the story of the guy who got cut in half. What's his life like after this? You know,
I mean, honestly, out of
Eaten
the
by a
characters
30-foot crocodile.
the characters that could have died, it should have been Brendan Gleeson. He could have been an expendable
Oliver Platt
character.
could have died.
Platt
Oliver
almost
Platt
died. Like right
could
the
have
second
died.
croc grabs him. I was like, it would have been really good to have him die right at the end. Like they think it's
Yeah.
over, and then he's the one that gets killed.
I could even see him
bad enough
surviving,
guy,
but
but-
like maybe he survives, but then the next scene, Brendan Gleeson dies instead. It's like you think it's gonna be Oliver Platt, but it's him instead. And the fact that
There is no
Bill
payoff.
Pullman
in
and
this
Brendan
movie
Gleeson are the
either.
same character,
They're the
you
same
could
person.
easily kill
Yep,
him.
absolutely.
Also, they're just like on the beach for the end of the film.
Yep.
Like, how is that exciting? Well, they're just hanging out on a beach watching the crocodile like get stuck. No one's actively doing anything, or the crocodile's not outsmarting.
So they shot it for like 10 minutes, and
Yeah.
then it got stuck.
Even after Bill Pullman was like, "Don't shoot! I don't think it's gonna." Oliver Platt was
Right.
like, "Don't shoot! It's not gonna penetrate its hide or
Where's
whatever."
the scene where Oliver Platt like switches the tranks for like things that don't work or something?
Yes,
like that, you know?
right? Like he's
He puts, like,
sabotaging.
non-lethal
give me
injections or
some,
something.
give me some like Jurassic Park 2 kind of stuff. Where they're, like,
Yeah.
sabotaging the efforts to,
Come
like, to
on.
kill it
Yeah.
or something.
Give me something.
That would have been so much like Jurassic
And then
Park.
when Bill Pullman does the blow it up, I was like, where did
Yeah,
that
where did
come
that come
from?
from?
The whole buildup was to him finally acknowledge, like being like, yes, the lady here that I want to bang, or I'm not even sure if I want to bang, doesn't want to kill it, so fine, I won't. And then he's just like, now that it's over, fucking
I'm in
kill that
love.
thing.
There's parts of the movie where like no one believes a crocodile is even out there.
Yeah.
And like by
Yeah.
the time it does, then you don't know what everyone wants to do with it.
I wasn't even clear if when the deputy gets his head bitten off that he like Gleason makes a line like it happened so fast we didn't even see anything, and I was like, so are they still not sure?
Where's the scene where like camps get divided between the people that want to kill it and the people that want to rescue it?
Yes.
And they can race to see like who gets the crocodile first.
They worked together the whole time, even though they all hated each
Capture.
other.
Yeah.
like a movie would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's many ways to do this.
It's a mess.
Well, we got a helicopter for a day, so
Yeah. There you go.
We gotta shoot it.
There's a lot of like overland shots of the lake, and I'm like, I don't even know what this lake looks like.
Yeah.
Like, how big is this lake? Like,
It looks small.
where is anything on the lake? Apparently,
Yeah.
no one lives on the lake. But
Well, I did like that line. It's like
Well,
25
apparently the
miles
lake
away.
isn't even the lake.
Only one person lives on the lake. I was like, you're telling me no other rich people in the area have lake homes on this thing? Like, there's
Isn't that the
just pristine lake up there?
Isn't the natural threat of Jaws that it's going to kill, like...
Tourism is
Tourists,
a
yeah.
problem. Up here, they're like, there are no consequences to something deadly in the water.
Yeah.
So why do we even care?
How
Why do we even care about it then?
how even would a crocodile get that large?
They asked that question.
How would
And
it
they all
get that
go,
large? And
Moving on.
Betty White.
See,
Yeah.
they don't even posit that her feeding it got it that big. They are just straight up just
How
like,
would a crocodile get that big in a town?
that's what Oliver Platt keeps asking. He's like, why here? Why 30 feet?
Okay, guys,
Why
we can write the script.
here?
Stop asking that
Why
question unless you're
30
going to just
feet?
answer it.
Where is the evil corporation that's been dumping chemicals into the lake?
Yes.
Godzilla
Where's
style.
this guy?
There's no
Yep.
culverts,
Trying
no
to cover it
sewers.
up. He's sending Oliver Platt in to cover it up or paying off
Right?
somebody.
See?
He's paying off Bill Pullman. He regrets doing it. He has some sort of...
Or like, like
film?
the paleontologists, her funding's dependent on this corporation.
There should be a
something.
bad-
When Bill
Yeah.
Pullman wants to kill it, you're like, why does he want to kill it? Oh, he's working with the evil corporate guy.
Ooh.
Bill Pullman was bad the whole time.
You're right. That would add some stakes. There's got to be a bad character, not a bad alligator.
Yes.
Or crocodile.
Yeah.
The crocodile can't just be the only bad character in the movie. It's got to be someone else. Someone who's working against them.
We
under
didn't
the
even
radar.
get
like,
a freaking Jaws
like
mayor.
Wayne Knight in Jurassic Park.
Like the evil mayor in Jaws.
Yes. We
Like
didn't
the-
even get him. Give me
and he
an
wasn't.
evil
You
mayor.
could even argue the mayor wasn't even evil. He just wanted to protect his town.
Yeah.
he just wanted the town to make money because it was a tourist resort. He wasn't. He didn't even have evil motives.
No.
But you could have somebody.
Betty
in
White
Lake
doesn't have
Placid,
evil motives. She wants to protect the crocodile.
and she's not even
She's
the
nice
villain.
like the whole time. She's just
She's
like
just the cause of the problem. She's not necessarily the villain itself.
no.
the day show up, she's like, "F off, please." And then by the after a while, you're like, she's right. Get out of here.
Oh man.
Like, hey, maybe just don't scuba dive in that lake, Brendan Gleeson. What the frick?
Why were we originally in the lake in the beginning of the movie anyway? Were
I don't
we
think they
looking at
even
something?
explained that. Like Gleason's
Why
sitting
isn't
in the
this something
boat,
like the
and he's got a
Everglades?
buddy just scuba diving, and then the guy gets bitten in half, and we're off to the
Why
races.
aren't we testing the lake for chemicals?
Yes.
Why aren't we doing something?
Yes.
At the start of the film.
That's he
Set this
I
movie
think
anywhere
Platt could have been
else.
easily set up to be a conspiracy guy, and he's not even that. Like, he's just the billionaire looking for awesome crocodiles. He
wants
could have
to
been the
bang
guy
ladies,
that's just
yeah.
like, he's the one that's asking the question, like, why is it that big? Why were they scuba diving in the lake to begin with? To like Pullman or something. He could have been the one being like, yeah, what the heck is happening up here? There's a mystery. Instead, it's just a croc. I don't know.
Come on. This movie could have easily been written a little bit longer.
And where's the scene where they
Like more
catch the
plot.
bear and be like, "Oh, we got the
Yes,
we got the
we
villain."
got it.
And then the
'Cause that's what I
crocodile
thought it
eats
was
the
the
bear, and you're like, "Oh no, we found there's
Yeah, the
a real
bear was just a
crocodile."
random ass
Yeah.
scene where you're like, oh,
Just
now there's a
steal
bear.
Jaws. Just steal Jaws. Get the little shark. Pass it off as the big shark.
Yep.
Just steal Jaws.
It did remind me of a
Steal it.
of a line too, where like Oliver Platt is like saying something about how like
Steal it.
the temps keep pushing them further north. He's heading towards the ocean, and Gleason's like, but crocodiles can't live in salt water. And Platt's like, you say that. And like walks out. That's the whole line. I was like, and or like what?
Wait, crocodiles can't live in salt water? I thought they could.
Look, this is the line in the movie.
Yeah, I
Andy.
think
I'm
they
not
could.
That sounds like
debating
a
the
bullshit
science
line
here,
because
but
one is like alligators are North American, whereas crocodiles I think are obviously bigger animals,
So if
and
the
I think
crocodile-
they're much more
The
widespread.
crocodile needs to be moving like downriver towards like public area. There
Yeah.
needs to be some sort of impetus of like we need to get the crocodile. It's gonna eat all these people or do something. with
Right.
it. I don't know.
but it's a lake that
It's
no
just-
one
it's
lives
just
on.
hanging out. It's just a crocodile doing
And
its
it ate
thing.
one scuba guy, and everyone was ready to blow it up. But I don't know, man. What a
movie.
ride!
Oh my god, it's a fucking mess.
That's the tagline.
Mess. it's not even that fun, too. I mean, Betty White's the only fun part of the movie.
Well, at least it's short.
Yes.
At least you're-
It
at
was
least you're out
short.
of
It's
there.
true.
It
You
was
weren't-
short. I was able to
yeah.
watch it immediately before, going to dinner and coming
Yep.
here. So that was a beautiful. That was a beautiful thing.
Oh,
Any final thoughts on Lake Placid here?
that's all the thoughts I'm willing to have about this
I
movie.
thought Brendan Gleeson was like really trying to have an American accent, but it
Sarcastic.
was really hard.
Back and forth, yes.
It was really hard for him to
yeah.
keep it because he's very Irish, and that's a very distinct voice. But I also felt like halfway through the movie, he kind of stopped caring as much.
Oh, yeah.
And didn't really commit to it as many times.
The scenes where like he's just
clearly,
he does
like,
not care.
does not sound American.
Yeah.
They could have also just made him Irish. They didn't need.
Yeah,
to make him
why not?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Didn't
Irish
matter.
people live in America and become
Yeah.
cops in small towns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
There's
No
so
one
much
would've
else going
questioned
on in this
that.
movie that no one's gonna bother with that piece of
They're
continuity.
like, we need to add an extra layer of difficulty. Make him American.
no one will believe that an Irish guy could be a sheriff in a small town in a movie about a giant crocodile. We need this to be believable.
Ugh.
Oh my god!
Imagine working on this movie and just seeing your pages for the day and be like, oh god, just give me to the end of the day.
Oh Jesus!
Give me to the end of this
I'll
day
have
shooting
sex
day.
with
This is
you.
Yeah.
I'll have sex with you. How do I say that? I'll have sex with you. I'll have sex with you.
Oliver Platt's like a trained actor who's like great at his job,
right.
given nothing to work with.
No. Right.
Just let loose, be a weirdo.
It's such bad dialogue. It's some of the worst dialogue
The
I've ever
writing
heard.
is so horrible.
Thank you for joining us for that episode, and every episode that you do. The next movie we're doing has the tagline, "Ever wanted to be someone else? Now you can." We remember being John Malkovich.
7.5, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome to the 7.5 floor of the Merton Plummer Building.
My name is Craig Schwartz, and I have an interview with Dr. Lester.
Please have a seat, Mr. Juarez.
My name is Schwartz.
My name is Schwartz.
Which of these two letters comes first, this one or this one?
The symbol on the left is not a letter, sir.
Damn, you're good.
Do you know that I don't even know your name or where you work?
And 50 other lines to get into a girl's hands.
So, honey, have you thought any more about us having a baby?
I think that maybe we should just wait and see if this job thing pays off. There's a tiny door in my office, Maxine, and it takes you inside John Malkovich.
There's no such thing as a hole into somebody's brain.
Yes, there is. You see the world through John Malkovich's eyes, and then after about 15 minutes,
That's not me. I didn't say that.
you're spit out into a ditch on the side of the New Jersey Turnpike.
It was amazing. Where the hell are we? We're Malkovich's subconscious. Do you think that it's kind of weird that John Malkovich has a portal? I mean, do you think that it might have some sort of significance?
What is going on? Huh? I discovered that portal. It's my head!
John Cusack, Cameron Diaz, Catherine Keener, and John Malkovich.
Malkovich! Malkovich!
Being John Malkovich.
Hey, Malkovich, be fast!